Warrior Path's an 18-month program, and over the course of the 18 months, it probably accounts to over a couple hundred hours of intensive and immersive training and education. The 74 hours when they're with us first, which we call the initiation, occurs in 7 days, 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 at night. And what that really walks students through are activities and education related to the 5 phases of post-traumatic growth. And so what we know about post-traumatic growth is when people go from struggle to strength and are able to transform deep struggle into profound strength and lifelong growth, they'll walk through 5 different phases, not mechanistically and not in like a stepwise fashion, but that these 5 elements are present. And so we'll engage in education and talk to students about what we believe about life, about how to struggle well, about post-traumatic growth, and about what's happening and why they're feeling how they're feeling. We'll then look at regulation and wellness practices that allow them to release stress and anxiety, to connect head and heart, and to be able to see clearly who they are and who they want to be, and to connect more deeply with others. We'll engage in disclosure activities that allow them to look at their childhood and look at their training and make sense of past experiences that have caused grief in their lives and caused challenge for them. And then start to do, I think, the most exciting work, which is build a positive and forward-looking story about where are you going. And everything we do here is both a literal activity and a metaphorical one. So we'll go on the river, in the Shenandoah River, and we'll kayak and talk about where is it you're trying to go in your life, and what does that look like, and how is that different than how you're living your life now. So you have the forward movement of a river, you're flowing with that river, and you're out in nature having a deeply philosophical and existential conversation about someone's life, but you're not doing it in a clinical setting, you're doing it in a beautiful, natural setting that someone feels as though it's just 2 people going down a river, which is ultimately all it is. And so those are the phases that we work through, and the last is service, which is how does somebody who comes through Warrior Path continue to be of service to their community and their family and their team. And so those 5 phases of post-traumatic growth are aligned to different modules or classes that we do over the course of the 74 hours. And there's 48 different classes, and they all have different objectives. And it's true to say that every single moment of every single day is accounted for and is intentional and is meaningful. And that's something we've been very diligent about is there are people here who are struggling and trying to make choices about whether or not there's a life worth living here. And our job and our responsibility is to be able to fully discharge our obligation, which is to make sure that every single thing they do here, they may not love, but it's meaningful and it's impactful and it helps them more deeply connect to themselves and see what's possible for their future.